The holiday travel season is coming up fast. Half of Americans say they plan to fly in the coming months, but the airline industry is not what it used to be. Sarah Nelson, president of the Association of Flight Attendants-CWA, here to help us prepare for the new normal of airline travel. Sarah, thank you. It's good to speak with you again.
Nice to see you, Adrienne.
Now, do you think there's going to be one major difference this time around? Obviously, in 2020, we did not see anywhere near normal travel numbers, but this year is the first time since pre-pandemic days that we could actually return to the kind of plane capacity that we were seeing before. So what do you want to send as a warning out to potential passengers?
Well, look, I know everyone is getting ready to feel the freedom of flight and the freedom of being together, and we didn't really have that last holiday season. But with the vaccine, people are feeling confident about traveling and being with family members, and we do expect quite high numbers. The airlines are preparing for this. This has been a really rough road over the last year. Remember that travel fell 97% last year, and
Wow.
So the aircraft were all pulled down. We worked really hard to keep people in place, but there were leaves and there were people who left permanently from the industry. So the airlines have been trying to staff up, and they also have been trying to meet demand with the capacity that they're putting into each market. So you can expect that there's likely going to be long lines. Most people are traveling as leisure travelers. Many of them have not been in airports for a very long time. So do pack your patience. Make sure that you're packing an empty bag so that you're not inadvertently putting some of those prohibited items in your bag, slowing yourself down at security and everyone else. And then recognize that when you get to the door of the airport, you have to have that mask on, and you've got to keep it on throughout the entire experience. Now, there may be some times when you're hot, sometimes when you're cold. Pack a couple extra masks so you don't have that humidity on the mask and you're uncomfortable with that. But recognize that these are part of the rules to keep everyone safe, because not everyone who's traveling can even get access to the vaccine yet. We have a lot of children who are going to be traveling over the holidays, and we've all got to work together to keep them safe.
Sarah, I love talking to people like you because you represent 50,000 flight attendants at 17 different airlines. Can you just shed some light on what people who work in your kind of job, in your kind of capacity, flight attendants, what is it like today to be a flight attendant on board, not just with unruly passengers, but how stressful has it been?
Well, it's been very difficult. Over the last year and a half, we've been concerned about bringing illness home to our families, and we've been on the front lines of this pandemic since the very first days. We've had the stress of potentially losing our jobs and working very hard to make sure that doesn't happen, keep our industry intact. And then over this past year, in 2021, we have had more incidents, and we're on the trajectory to have more incidents of unruly passengers than we've had in the entire history of aviation. So when we're going to work today, we're very much on the lookout for these potential problems. What we would say to passengers is, if you see a potential problem rising, make sure you get flight attendants' attention right away, because the sooner we can get to that and try to deal with the problem, the more likely it is that we can de-escalate and your flight doesn't become something that's on the evening news. And slow down the rest of the flights throughout the rest of the day, because when there are distractions like this, it slows down the process for everyone, and you're delaying at least the people on that plane, if not the people who are waiting for that plane at the next destination. So we really do ask people to come to the airport with the idea of kindness in their hearts and to act as helpers and to lift up really the spirit that we're all in this together to get through this magical experience of flight that takes us all following the rules.
You know what? I love what you said there. And again, almost 5,000 reports of unruly passengers. I can't imagine being in your shoes or a flight attendant's shoe today. Maybe one of the things we can do over the holidays is to make sure to say thank you to those who work the airlines and keep us all safe as we fly. Sarah Nelson, we appreciate your time today.